Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first ever video. I've just filmed my go-to makeup look today. I just thought I would start with something super easy, and I've also answered a few questions in there as well, pretty much just to give me something to talk about. So I hope you like it, and if you are feeling kind, please leave me a little comment, a like, and please subscribe to this channel. It would really help me out, and please let me know if you liked it, because if you did, I will do some more. If you would like to see how I created this makeup look, then please keep watching. Okay, so I'm going to go straight in with my foundation. I'm using the NYX Born to Glow foundation in shade True Beige. I actually really like this foundation at the minute. It's got like a really nice coverage, but it's also quite glowy. I also haven't washed my makeup brushes for the occasion, so that's great. So basically, when I put my foundation on, I apply it like this, and then afterwards I like to dab it in, and that is because that will actually just push the product into your skin, and it gives it a fuller coverage and like a more flawless finish than swiping. You're kind of just moving the product all around your skin, so you want it to stay in place. I hope one day I look back on this and I'm like really successful and I'm like, oh, bless my first YouTube video. Can you imagine? Probably not. Anyway, so now that's kind of all tapped in, blend it down your neck. Okay, so I'm also going to use the same concealer, which is the Born to Glow in shade Vanilla. This is a much lighter colour because I like my under eyes to be quite bright. It looks nicer in pictures, and once all your makeup is blended out, I just think it looks a lot more flawless, and it just gives dimension to your skin, which is what you want. You don't want it all to be just the same colour. Okay, and I'm going to blend this out with my beauty sponge, and I'm going to answer some questions. So I put on my Instagram to ask me some questions for my first video, and I got some good ones. So the first question was, what inspired you to start your makeup journey? That's a nice one to start with. So oh my god, when I was younger, I really wanted to be like a hairdresser or a makeup artist, or you know, something like that. I would love doing, like, my mum didn't like her hair being played with, so I'd play with like her friends' hair and like dollies and anything, and I just loved it. And then obviously I went to school, didn't have a clue what I wanted to do. I felt like when I left school, everyone knew what they wanted to do, and they really wanted to go to sixth form and uni, and that just was never really for me. I had a bit of a shitty time at school, really. I didn't like it. I never really enjoyed school. So when I left, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I remember one of my friends from out of school said she was doing beauty at college, and I literally was like, beauty? Like, you can study beauty? Like, what? Just did not understand it, because that was not even an option. So I thought I would go down that route, and I was like, yes, that is my dream. Let's study beauty. And then I went a little bit more into makeup. So when I left college, after 2 years of studying, I started working for Clarins, and I've always sort of worked in London on Oxford Street. So I worked for Clarins, and then got to a point in Clarins where I was starting to have a bit of a bad time, and I wasn't really enjoying it, and I just felt like I was getting pushed to do something different. I'd gone and done some travelling for a few months, came back to my job, and I was like, this is just not for me. What do I really want to do? And I really wanted to do makeup. Even when I worked for Clarins, I would always do makeup on the counter. Obviously, it was a very small selection of makeup on there. I ended up leaving Clarins because of one reason or another, and the dream was to work for MAC. I remember applying for MAC when I was probably at college, and I got just a straight no from the online application because you needed like experience. So I applied again, and I had to go for several interviews, like a trade test. I had to actually do makeup and then sort of judge me on that. And then I got the job, and I worked for MAC in Selfridges. You know what? Not even for a year. MAC was like my dream. I loved it, loved makeup, but it just wasn't what I have been blending this concealer for like, what, 10 years? Okay, stop. Okay, I'm going to go in with some powder, and I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me powder. I will probably link all the products that I've used in the description box. So if you want to see what products I've used, if I've not mentioned them, then you can have a look there, and it will take you directly to where you can purchase them if you want to. So yeah, so I wasn't a MAC for that long. I realised that I didn't actually love it as much as I thought I would, and I didn't feel like much of a makeup artist. I felt more like I was doing foundation matches every day and dealing with quite a lot of rude customers, and I just didn't feel like even though I learnt so much there, like honestly, I learnt so much at MAC, I still didn't feel like I was reaching my full potential. And again, I felt that kind of push to leave, and I left there a few years ago. I was doing a few other bits. I was doing like some online business things that I'd got involved with, and I loved that. But it got to a point where I thought like makeup and beauty is just what I was meant to do. It's always been my passion. So I just decided to completely start my own business. I've got my own beauty studio in my house, and I basically got to a point where I was just fully booked with my own clients, and it was the best feeling ever, just knowing that I had pushed myself to work for myself. And I love it. I love my clients. I love working from home. I love doing brides, everything. So yeah, I love it. I love it. I'm going to bronze with the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Dark. I'm running super low on this. So when I bronze, I do like to go around the kind of contour areas of your face. So with the forehead, if you've got a bigger forehead, which I actually don't, I've got quite a small forehead, but I obviously do like to bronze there just because it gives some dimension to your face. But if you've got a bigger forehead and it's something that you want to make look smaller, you do want to put bronzer or darker colour the top half of your forehead and obviously blend it in, and it will make it appear smaller. I also like to go just under my cheekbones. I like to bronze and contour at the same time. And again, another little tip is to make sure that you're not constantly swiping your powders, because it will give you more of a fuller coverage if you do pat them in. Because obviously where you've got liquid underneath, if you are swiping, you're just moving the product around everywhere. Bit on my nose, I just like to have that little sun-kissed look. And then the double chin, which I need some serious help with. For the eyes, I'm going to use the PLOUISE base in shade ROUMOUR 2. This is the best eyeshadow base I've ever used. My eyelids, I don't know if they're oily, or my skin isn't oily, my skin is really normal, but for some reason my eyeshadow will always crease, whereas when I use this base, it doesn't. It is absolutely amazing. So I do normally use a brush, but I saw someone use this with their beauty blender, so I'm actually going to pop this on with my beauty blender. So I've just popped a little bit on the back of my hand, and then I'm just going to pop it all over my eye. Okay, so that actually just went on really, really nicely. I like how the beauty blender buffed that in. So I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows. I like to use a powder for my eyebrows. So any brown eyeshadow, I use the MAC eyeshadow in shade Embark, and just a angle brush like this. Again, dirty. Didn't wash it. Lovely. So I just go in with this shade here and just fill in my brows. So to do my brows, I just like to underline the shape here and then just fill in the gaps and give myself a little bit more of an arch just here. So the next question is best tips for clearing spots and acne. So I don't feel like I am completely qualified to answer this question. I have worked obviously with skincare, and I feel like I know quite a lot about skincare. I feel like I can recommend products that I think are really, really good. However, I can't lie and say that I've ever dealt with acne myself. I have been very lucky. I get spots sometimes, I get little breakouts. So really my top tips are, this is going to sound stupid because it might be obvious, but genuinely it's something that I have realised over lockdown. You need to cleanse your skin morning and night. If you already do that, that is fine. But why I say that is because in lockdown, I haven't been wearing makeup at all. And I will sort of get up and wash my face in the morning, but sometimes before I go to bed, I just haven't really been cleansing. And I've just seen a massive difference. I have noticed that my skin has sort of started to break out a little bit every now and then. And even just by cleansing twice a day, even if I'm not wearing makeup, because you will get natural oils, dirt, pollution, everything going to your skin. Make sure you are really cleansing morning and night, and make sure you're using a cleanser that is right for your skin. I don't really love foaming cleansers. I think they dry out your skin too much. I prefer more of a gel or a balm or a cream. Second thing is drink lots of water. Again, it's kind of like an obvious tip, but water just completely regenerates your skin. It just puts all the nutrients into it. And when you drink water, it will go naturally to all your essential organs. So you need to drink extra water because your skin will be one of the last things that it goes to. So by drinking that little bit extra water every day, it could just be going to your skin, which is obviously what you want. I do think you need to play around with skincare. I know it's difficult when you are prone to breakouts or acne, but if your skincare isn't working for you, you need to try something new. Try and use natural skincare, or just whatever works for you. It's so hard because everything works for different people. Really look after your nutrition, and if it's really bothering you, go and see like a professional and hopefully they can advise you on what would be best for your skin. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the eyes. I'm going to do something really, really simple and quite natural, but this is pretty much my go-to if I'm going out or I'm just not really sure how to do my makeup. So I'm just going to use a really, really neutral tone. You can use anything really. I'm going to use the Be Perfect Clientele palette in collaboration with Jar Makeup, and this is the palette. So some really, really amazing shades. And I'm just going to use the sandy colour. You can use bronzer. This is one of my favourite things to use on my eyes. So I'm just going to go in with the sandy. Just make sure there are no creases. And I'm just going to pop that in the corner and just do little circular motions. And just keep doing that and it will buff it out. And then with less product on your brush, once you've done that, you can bring it in a little bit. But I don't want too much product on this inner section here. So my next question was how to curl your hair with GHD straighteners. This is my friend, by the way. She asked me this question all the time. I've sent her videos that I'm not even going to explain it because she just can't do it. And she either gets me or our other friend to curl her hair for her when we go out. So yeah, hun, I don't think I can help you on that one. But if anyone wants me to do any hair videos, because obviously I'm a makeup artist and a hairstylist, I can do a video on how to curl your hair with straighteners if anyone else actually does struggle to do that. So once that's really, really blended out, to be honest, you could leave it like this, put on some lashes, some mascara, eyeliner, whatever you want. What I really like to do is I like to go back in with my angle brush, which is what I do my eyebrows with, get some dark shadow and do like a bit of a fake eyeliner with brown eyeshadow. I just think this is a little bit more softer than like a black eyeshadow, and it's so much easier as well. You don't have to be as precise as you do with black eyeliner because it's quite easy to mess up, whereas this you can sort of get away with it a little bit more. And I just create a little bit of a wing just like that. Super easy. Okay, there we go. So that's that done. I'm then going to go in with a bit of a shimmer on the lid. You can actually do this before you do the brown smoky eyeliner. I'm not sure why I didn't, but I'm just going to use a shade called Date Night, which is super cute. I'm actually just going to go in with my finger and just on that kind of inner corner and then onto the lid a little bit, just pop a little bit of that shimmer. I just think that looks so pretty. And it's super easy. Okay, so going back in with my bronzer, I'm going to take that brush that I did my eyeshadow with, and I'm just going to run that through the top part of my lid. And that just blends it all together. It's another sort of dimension of colour, and it just ties in really nicely with your bronzer. I like everything to kind of blend. And then if you have done it after the brown, like I did, firstly, probably do it first, but if you have, you can just pop over a bit more brown if you did manage to go over it a little bit with a shimmer. Okay, and then underneath the eyes, I'm just going to go back in with the same shade. So using Sandy, I'm just going to go right underneath the eye here. And you want to just sort of tie it in with that eyeshadow, so just kind of drag it up to meet that kind of smoky liner. And then just with a slightly fluffier one, I'm just going to blend that out. Just like that. So really, really natural. I really like a more natural makeup at the minute. For lashes, I'm going to use the Ardell Wispy Lashes. I love these lashes. They are a nice, wispy set of lashes. Surprise. but you'll see them on, they're really, really nice. Before I put my lashes on, I like to put a little bit of mascara on just to coat the lashes underneath, and then obviously do your bottom lashes. Okay, so I apply my mascara whilst the glue is drying. You want it to go really tacky, so you want to leave the glue for about 20 to 30 seconds. And I just place the lash centre first, grab it with the tweezers in a corner, and then the tweezers outer corner. People who can't do lashes, this always looks like, how on earth did you do that? Because people are like, you make it look so easy, but it is, like, I hate saying it, but like, you do just have to practice. I used to be so bad at putting lashes on, and now I can just literally be like, on. The trick is to try and get it as close to your lash line as possible. So when you put it down, just place it like almost on the base of your lashes and get it as close as you can. And you can give them a little pinch, just like that. Just gonna tap a little bit more bronzer on. And also I'm gonna go in with a little bit of blusher. I like to apply this to sort of the tops of my cheeks, not really on the centre, because that will bring a lot of attention to the centre of the face, and it can actually almost make your face look a bit rounder. Whereas if you want it to look a bit more contoured, you want to sort of just do this part of the cheeks. I'm going to do some highlighter using the Illamasqua, I can't remember what colour this is, I think it's Epic, I will link it below. And while I do my highlighter, I'm going to answer my final question, which is, what's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you? Listen, I feel like I have blocked out an entire period of my childhood just because of embarrassing shit that has happened to me. Can you swear on YouTube? That's such a hard question. I don't know. I feel like I've done a lot of embarrassing things. But one story that always sticks in my mind, which is quite a funny one, is I went on a date with a boy once, and I was in London all day on, I think it was like a training course, and I think he was coming straight from work. So we hadn't really clarified what the date was going to be. It could have just been drinks, it could have been some dinner. But I obviously hadn't eaten because I had been at this training all day, and I thought, I'm sure we'll grab some food, even if it's just some like bar snacks or something. We went for drinks. It was like happy hour. We were getting 2 cocktails at the same time. Got a bit excited, kept drinking. Next thing I know, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning and we're in the cab. He's dropping me off home first before he goes home. I am so drunk. I've fallen asleep in the cab. The cab dropped me off to my gate. He actually walked me to my door. And I was like, okay, thanks, see you later now, bye. I just felt it coming over me and I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna be sick. And he was like, okay, like really nice to see you. I was like, yeah, thanks, bye. He starts walking off. Before he even leaves my gates, I go, bleh, and just throw up everywhere. So he comes back and I'm going, no, go away. Like, it's fine, I'll be fine. He's like, no, are you okay? And I was like, no, threw up again, threw up on his shoes, threw up on my shoes, all over his trousers, pretty much everywhere. If there's any nice boys watching this, I promise that's not how I normally behave on a date. But I was just absolutely steaming, and yeah, threw up everywhere. And do you know what the funny thing is? He wanted a second date still. Even after that, he still was messaging me like, when are we going out again? And I was like, are you crazy? Did you see what I did to you? But it was quite funny. That was pretty embarrassing, but luckily he didn't mind. Anyway, so I've just used the Wet n Wild highlight in Mega Glow, and I just pop that in my inner corner. I love doing this in my makeup. I just think it makes your eyes look so bright and open. So I like to overline my lips a little bit, and I think it makes the world of difference. Just a tiny bit of overlining makes my lips just like the perfect size, and it means I don't have to go and pay for lip fillers, so that's great as well. So I just sort of start pretty much on the lip line. I wouldn't say I overline, I would say I draw on the lip line as opposed to underneath it, which is where you sort of would. So say this is like where you would do it, I would do it just that little bit lower. And same for the top, really, just on that lip line, and it sort of half overlines it, half stays on the lip. Another little nice trick is try not to overline too much here, because it can just make them look a bit duck-like. Whereas if you overline more on the top and then follow the natural lip line, it gives you that more plump in the middle look, which I think is a lot more attractive. Does that make sense? Can you see what I mean? And I'm going to use a Makeup Revolution lipstick, and I don't know what the shade is. Matte Nude Raw. I don't know if that's the shade. This came in like a little pack of 5 lipsticks, and I love them. I didn't know if I would like them, but they're so nice. And this is just like a peachy colour. And then to finish off, I'm going to use the NYX Butter Gloss in Fortune Cookie. Again, if you keep most of this gloss in the centre, it will make your lips look more juicy and more plump. And that's it. That is the finished look. This is kind of my go-to, really easy. I promise in the future, if anyone actually wants to see more videos, which you may not, I promise in the future I will do a few more technical makeups. Actually, just if you are watching this, please just let me know what you want to see. If you want to see different videos, just comment below. If you would subscribe, oh my God, that would be amazing. It really, really helps me out basically. So if you do want to just tap the little subscribe button, that would be amazing, like I just said. So yeah, thank you so, so much for watching my first ever video. Depending how this comes out, it might be my last, who knows, we will see. But thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.